Hi, welcome back to Food and Whatever. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm actually having a very bad cold. So I'm having chills right now, so I'm trying to stay warm even though the house is warm. Because I am sick, I'm going to go ahead and do a very quick, super easy chicken and quinoa soup. The reason I'm going with quinoa instead of chicken noodle is because quinoa is super healthy and it's considered a superfood, so I'm trying to get better as quickly as possible. I'm going to be using fresh garlic. Garlic is supposed to be super good for you when you're sick. Fresh carrots, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, and the sofrito that I had made on a previous show, and virgin olive oil. The reason I'm not adding any more vegetables to it is my niece is also really, really sick, poor thing, and she's very picky eating food stuff, so I'm going to try to make it so that both of us can eat. Right now I'm going to go ahead and start with the quinoa. I washed the quinoa previously before now, and it's half a cup, and half a cup of quinoa that's been washed with a cup of water. I'm going to go ahead and turn it high. The reason that this water looks kind of funny is because I added a tablespoon of soy sauce, which has some salt added to it. I'm trying to stay away from anything chemically unless this is medicine, because I'm trying to get my body strength to fight whatever it is that I have going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my water. You want to go ahead and add your quinoa. Once it comes to boil, you want to reduce it and put a lid on it. It's very different from rice. You need all that moisture for the quinoa to cook. It takes about 20 minutes. Do not stir it and disturb it. I'm adding the quinoa right now. Again, this is half a cup of quinoa to 1 cup of liquid. It will expand and it will absorb all this liquid. I'm not trying to lose any of the quinoa right now until the stove instead of the pot. I'm going to go ahead and stir it. Get some of this quinoa. I'm going to let that come to a boil. Okay. Now for my pot. The reason I'm going to go ahead and do different ones is the quinoa is just going to get added to the soup. So I can go ahead and start getting everything ready for the quinoa to be put in. I had cut chicken earlier. This is just 1 piece of chicken. If you don't want to add chicken, you're more than welcome to add whatever meat you want or vegetables if you are vegetarian. But I'm going to go ahead and cut my carrot. And also I'm going to go ahead and peel the outer layer of this. Sorry about the sniffling, but I'm trying to breathe. Okay, so, and if you want to add corn, beans, celery, whatever you want to add as a vegetable, that would be awesome, but I don't think my niece will like it, so that's the reason why I'm just sticking to carrots. So she will be able to eat that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I'm just going to do half moon of the carrot. And again, the reason I'm using quinoa is supposed to be like this spectacular fruit, grain that comes from South America. It's supposed to be good for diabetics, iron. It's like this amazing food. So let's test out. and see if it'll help with my cold. I've done a quinoa chili for those who have done it before. I know that they told me that they loved it, and I hope that if you don't do this quinoa soup, that you try out the quinoa chili if you're sick, and see how that will help. But now, I'm almost done chopping my carrots. Quinoa is boiling. I'm going to have to go ahead and reduce it. It's about medium high. Let it get covered completely. And you got to let it simmer. It's going to take about 20 minutes. Don't disturb it. The quinoa will open up and get this little fibers out. That's when you know it's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and chop the garlic, and as usual, as I always say, if it's too much of a hassle, which I think it is, not cutting it in half, it rolls, as you can see, and we want to keep all of our fingers out of the dish. I don't think that's a special ingredient. So cut it in half, and that half we're going to cut. So again, I hear that garlic is a great item when you're sick. So I'm adding a lot of garlic. And if anybody has certain remedies from their country or family that they know that it works, email me. You can see me at Chicken Quinoa on YouTube and Facebook. So hit me up. I need a remedy, and I need this out of my system quick. Okay, so as you can see, half moon the carrots, half moon the garlic. I don't have onions. I ran out of onions, but it's fine because I had this sofrito that I made in the previous show. This I'm adding to the soup for flavor, and it also has onions and garlic and pepper and cilantro. So this is going to be a very good highlight into your soup. Right now, what I want to do is I want to turn on my pot, and I want to go ahead and put it on medium heat. This is a tablespoon of olive oil that I'm adding. I have it on medium, so I want to go ahead and start browning the chicken, add the sofrito, the garlic, and let those carrots become a little bit tender. And then once the quinoa is ready, I'll go ahead and throw that in. Excuse me if seems like I'm out of breath, but I can't breathe right now. So like I said, I want to go ahead and season some of my chicken with Italian seasoning. A little bit of salt and pepper, and let this be to taste. I'm right now trying to reduce the salt consumption because I don't want my body to dehydrate now that I'm like extremely sick. Alright, so I got the quinoa almost ready. I have about 8 to 10 minutes left. I have the chicken halfway cooked, and so I'm going to go ahead and add the sofrito. I'm adding it now because I don't want it to cook too much in it. I want that strong flavor and the natural garlic to be in it. So I'm adding 2 heaping tablespoons of the sofrito for flavor. Go ahead and stir that in. And I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic and the carrots. So now I'm adding the garlic and the carrots to it, so it could cook and simmer for a bit while the quinoa is being made. And it's going to be salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to add 4 cups of water to it. And be mindful that the quinoa, even though you are adding quinoa later on, the quinoa will absorb a little bit of water. But because of that fact, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more cups. Quinoa is a grain that even it will make your soup kind of thick. So you got to be very mindful of that. Oh, I missed a few garlic. Right. So my quinoa is almost ready. Let it dry a little bit more. And bring this up to medium high and let it come to a simmer. And let it boil, simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that chicken is cooked. You don't want to throw raw chicken to a sick person because you'll end up making them even worse. Gonna let this simmer, put on the lid, turn off my quinoa, let it finish cooking with the heat that's left, and once that's done, we'll go ahead and add it. Make sure that you add salt and pepper to your soup so it won't be too bland. And it's to taste. So again, I'm trying to cut down on the salt consumption right now because I'm so sick. So we're gonna go ahead and mix it in, and let all those flavors mix in together. And then we'll go ahead and taste it again to make sure I don't need any more. Remember that you did cook your quinoa with soy sauce, so that will be adding a little bit more of a different flavor also. So once everything is together, we'll go ahead and taste it and make sure that it doesn't need any more salt or pepper. Here, so my garlic has been boiling for a bit. I'm going to turn it down to a medium, and I'm going to go ahead and add my quinoa. As you can see, this is quinoa. It absorbed all the liquid that I had. And I don't know if you can see, but it has like little white fibers that come out once it's cooked, fully cooked. That's how you know that the quinoa is completely prepared. And it's very, very fluffy. Again, it's considered as one of the natural superfoods in the world. And it's very good and tasty. I'm going to go ahead and add it in. And your quinoa will continue absorbing a little bit more of the liquid. That's why I put so much water in it. I don't want my soup to turn out very, very thick, almost like a sauce. Okay. And stir that in. And I cannot say enough to make sure that you taste your food so it won't be too bland. And that's the chicken quinoa soup that I'm making. It's very simple and not too elaborate, but I am going to try to feed a 4-year-old. So parents out there, you know how picky there are, anything green, anything that has meat in it. She's not too big a meat eater, so I've made more broth so she can eat. I could try to have her eat. So right now I want to taste. I want to make sure that it's good with salt and pepper. And if you are sick, get a spoon, taste it, but don't put it back. I'm going to add just a tad bit more of salt, and that is all that I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and taste it. And I have my handy-dandy, that notebook, that colorful bowl. I'm going to put some in here. And you can see the slices of the garlic, the carrots, the quinoa, and the chicken. So I'm going to taste this. Once it is done, I have to go to my sister's house so that she can go ahead and have some. So I'm pretty sure that a kid would like to eat quinoa because they look kind of funny. But then again, who knows? But let's go ahead and taste this. It is very good, very, very good. All right. Well, that's all that I have for food and whatever. Thank you for joining us, and I am very, very sorry that I'm extremely sick. I hope that whoever's watching that has a cold, I hope that you will try out this recipe. And once again, hit me up on Facebook or YouTube, Christina Villafane. If you have any home remedies, again, please send them because I'm going to need some. And that's always have fun and enjoy, and God bless.